We're going to be looking at some very new features that Salesforce has to offer, but also some very forward-thinking things that are on our product roadmap. So to properly set our expectations there, we need to review Salesforce's Safe Harbor slide. Now, if you've never seen this slide before, all it means is that when it comes to Salesforce, any purchasing decisions that you make should be based on the functionality that you have at the time of purchase and not on roadmap items.
Hi, my name is Surin Shah, and I'm a Director of Product Management with Data.com, and my current focus area is Data.com Prospector. Many of our users often express to me that one of their biggest challenges is making sure that they're spending time on the right prospects. Mm-hmm. And as they do that, they ask, how can I maximize and efficiently grow my pipeline? And do so in a way that maximizes their probability to close. This is because many companies still rely on their sales reps to build a significant portion of their pipeline. Mm-hmm. But let's face it, sales reps are busy people, and they don't always have the time or the know-how or the motivation to spend time in front of a computer looking for prospects. As a sales rep, I want to get in front of the prospect and try to close that deal as opposed to spend that time researching. We hear from many sales reps that they're spending about 20% of their time just researching. That's mm-hmm. about 1 day out of a week. Okay. That's a big challenge. So the answer that Data.com has is data-driven insights that are actionable, that can fuel your intelligent selling and accelerate your pipeline. Okay. So there are 3 pillars of success that Data.com Prospector is working towards, and there are various features that we are making available in Winter 16 that I'm very excited to share with you. So number 1 is discovering your best prospects. Once you've discovered your prospects, you need to prioritize them mm-hmm. so that you go after the right prospects as opposed to going after suspects that don't end up buying. Exactly. And then once you've identified those, the very next thing you want to do is understand the customer's business, their competitive landscape, their industry. So for all of this, you need the right set of tools and right intelligence accessible to you, so you're not wasting a lot of time looking for that information on the web. So first feature, this is my favorite, that's coming out in Winter 16, is company hierarchy. Company hierarchy makes it a breeze for sales reps to find white space within a corporate family. So the idea here is, you evaluate your existing accounts and prospects. These are the individuals and companies with whom you have the most positive relationship. And the basic idea is you're looking for subsidiaries, parent companies, and related divisions where you can add more value and unlock cross-sell opportunities. Mm-hmm. Company hierarchy makes it easy to accomplish this because we present to you an entire corporate structure in a visual hierarchy that you can use to identify the white space. Okay. You can navigate through this entire hierarchy from the top-level headquarter entity all the way down to individual branches, depending on what are your selling habits, who you sell to. Fantastic. And not only that, one of the key differentiators of this offering is that we marry the data that is in your CRM with the data that resides outside. So we have a strong relationship with a partner, Dun & Bradstreet. Mm-hmm. We get company data, and we merge the CRM data with that in a very visual manner that allows you to identify white space just with a glance. So I'll share that with you momentarily. But let me talk about a couple of other exciting features. So in summer 15, we launched Prospecting Insights, and we've received an amazing response from you, and we made it even better in Winter 16 by adding more insights. In fact, millions of more companies will now have Prospecting Insights available. So this means that before you make that first call, you'll have access to great data, great content, such as business details, financial details, competitive information, mm-hmm. and the industry landscape. So right within Salesforce, you'll have access to this information so that you can be more prepared for your first calls and make the right impression.
And you said we have this on millions of companies.
Millions of companies, millions. That's right.
Wow.
Yep. And there's a bunch of more stuff, so I'll just quickly touch on some important highlights. Starting this release, we're introducing account recommendations, which will be a pilot. Account recommendations is a very cool feature that assesses a sales rep's personal selling history within Salesforce, and it identifies the industry, geography, other firmographic attributes that correlate with success. And from the Data.com universe of prospects, we'll identify other prospects that look similar to where you've done business and recommend those to you. So we're super excited about this. And a few other highlights. We're also adding some very interesting firmographic fields that will be available when you're pulling in account data from Data.com, and that same data is also available through our public APIs. So data such as fortune ranking, company growth rate, company employee growth rate. There's a ton of great firmographic information that can help enhance reporting, help you better segment your customers. So a lot of great use cases.
Great.
So with that, I'll provide a demonstration of company hierarchy and prospecting insights. Let me switch over to the demo.
Sure.
All right, so here, as a sales rep, I'm viewing an account where I have an opportunity. And it turns out that speaking with a key influencer within the company, they've actually indicated that their parent company may be interested in a similar solution that I'm selling. This is great because as a sales rep, what I'm looking to do is I want to build on my success as opposed to find net new opportunities, but that aren't always related to each other, because this makes me more of a trusted advisor to a client. So the next thing I want to do once I hear this is understand the lay of the land. MSR Resort Lodging Tenant looks like a promising prospect, but I want to understand the larger landscape within which they operate. So right within Salesforce, I can click on the company hierarchy button, and I'll be presented with this visual representation of the entire corporation. So here I'm viewing my current prospect, and I have this great firmographic information here, such as revenue, employees, and location. I have its direct parent and its global headquarters, which happens to be Hilton. This is great information for to know. This is potentially an awesome client, which I would not have known simply by looking at the name or the revenue information for the account I had in Salesforce. Not only that, we give you the flexibility to go as deep as you want. So as I mentioned, you can look through other sister companies of the company that you're selling into, and you can drill down very deeply. You have access to the entire legal hierarchy through this feature. So that's a lot of great information. But what's really beautiful about this is the fact that this information is actionable. So remember, the objective here is to find white space, because ultimately I want to land within this company and expand my footprint. So my contact there has invited me to look at the parent company, and I like what I see here. Hilton Worldwide Holdings actually looks like it's right up my alley. The revenue, employees, and location, it's my sweet spot. So the very next thing I want to do is add this as an account to Salesforce. I don't want to do data entry, and that's the beauty of a solution such as Data.com that is fully integrated within Salesforce. With a single click, as I've done here, this account is added to Salesforce.
That was it.
That's magic, and I will show you. You don't have to take my word for it. I'll show you that the account is already added. But before I do that, let me show you one other thing. So notice these green circles here. These green circles denote accounts that are already within Salesforce. The absence of that green circle represent all of the white space within Hilton, right? So this is awesome for sales reps. I'm always looking for additional subsidiaries where I can sell to. So in the interest of time, I won't dig through all of this, but you'd easily be able to tell your footprint within this corporation and strategically expand your foothold. So for now, let's take a look at one other thing I want to point out here, actually. So not only do we tell you the accounts that are in Salesforce, just by looking at this, you don't even have to visit the account page. Now I can tell that Carol Hill actually has a relationship with a sister company to MSR Resort Lodging tenant. So this tells me that I have a fellow employee within my company that I can collaborate with and potentially pitch a larger deal to the parent company. So the next thing, as I mentioned, so let's take a look at the account that I just added. So this is an account record in Salesforce. It is now available here. So once I get this account added, now the next thing I'm going to do is I want to reach out to somebody within that account. But before I do that, let's take a pause, and I want to spend some time understanding the account, the industry within which they operate. Yeah. So when I call this person, I can have a more intelligent conversation about their business and position my solution to discuss a value proposition that actually resonates with my client. So for that, again, right within Salesforce, there's this Prospecting Insights button. When I click the Prospecting Insights button, I'll be presented with this tremendous amount of rich information. So here's Hilton Worldwide Holdings, and I can get a quick feel for their business. What is it that they do? Typically, you'd go out to their website and try to find that description. If you want to learn more, you can always go to their website. We provide you that, so you don't, again, have to run Google searches. There's some very interesting content here as well. When were they founded? What is the location type of the location that I have in Salesforce? Now, even more interesting stuff here. So, financial details. So you may typically try to get the revenue information. What is their revenue? The number of employees that they have. But what's even more interesting is the trajectory of the company, not where they are, but where they're going. And Prospecting Insights gives you prior year annual revenue, prior year employees that help you understand whether the company's growing or shrinking. So this is very important because it'll help me understand how to position my solution and my pitch. Yeah. Right? Should I be talking about cost saving? Should I be talking about growth? And we also provide you profitability information. If this company happens to be Fortune ranked, you have that ranking here. And one of my favorite piece of intelligence here is when their fiscal year is ending. Yeah. Right. So if my close date, let's say, is February, and I know by looking at this their fiscal year is actually ending in December, this is actually very pertinent information because we know that a lot of buyers tend to spend their budget that expires at the end of fiscal year, right? So that's a pretty big decision-making time period. Yeah. So should I try to compress my sales cycle a little bit so that I can align with this? So many times, your buyers are the companies, but what you're doing here is you want to build a relationship with an individual and you want to talk to people. So you need access to contact information. And Data.com gives you access to contacts right within Salesforce, and you can access that directly from this page as well. Not only that, we also give you competitor information. So you have a list of top competitors here. And we indicate which are the primary competitors, which are the secondary competitors, and how they stack rank against each other. This is also very important for many sales reps because they can use this information to say, let's say if I have a relationship with Marriott or Intercontinental Hotels, I think Hilton's going to be interested in knowing that their competitors are already taking advantage of a solution like this, so they may be more willing to adopt that if I incorporate that within the pitch. This also allows me to see similar companies that I could potentially prospect to. So a couple of great benefits of having this information here. And then the last set of information is industry details. So we have a very rich set of content that we source from our partner Dun & Bradstreet. This industry data is actually curated by industry analysts they're performing research on a regular basis and providing a lot of valuable insights into what are some of the key drivers, what are some of the key trends within an industry. Call prep questions, right before my first sales calls, knowing what are some of the key drivers within the industry through these call prep questions can help me figure out how to engage my buyer on the other side. And you have the flexibility, especially when you're calling into large companies, they may have multiple lines of businesses. And if your solution is focused on, let's say, hotels and motels, not necessarily arts and entertainment, we also provide you the flexibility to retrieve industry insights for that particular sub-industry. And just a lot of great information here that ultimately prepares you to have a smarter conversation, makes you more confident, and as a result, you can expedite your sales cycle and really play that role of a trusted advisor. That's really what all of the sales reps are nowadays looking for. So with that, let me switch back to the slides here because there's some tremendous. I'm really excited about the new features that we're rolling out, but we have a very exciting roadmap ahead of us, and I really couldn't be more excited about Data.com Prospector and where it's headed. So you're hearing a lot of Salesforce product managers talk about Lightning Desktop. Data.com Prospector is also prioritizing the reimagination of prospecting in Lightning Desktop. And as we do that, we want to bring in a lot of these great features that I talked about here: ability to look for accounts, ability to look for contacts, finding insights so that you can have smarter conversations. But one of the priorities is to make that even more integrated within the Lightning experience and within the core CRM flows. The other key area of focus, which I touched on earlier through account recommendations, we want to make our application smarter and more predictive. So predictive prospecting is going to be another key area of investment for us. And here we're focused on providing you account recommendations, providing you recommendations on contacts. So who are the right decision makers and the influencers that you should have on your radar when you're engaging with a prospect? These recommendations, it's very valuable. Sales reps are busy people, and they don't always have to want to go to a specific screen or a specific destination and remember to find that information. So we recognize that we need to push this information to sales reps wherever they're spending their time. So that could be through mobile notifications, through email notifications, or chatter notifications, pushing these recommendations to them so they are more actionable. And then lastly, there's a wide spectrum of roles that are played by sales reps. And there are some very important use cases that we want to start addressing for inside sales reps, such as being able to more efficiently generate a list of new prospects that I want to call down, and how smoothly can I take those actions, and how well how Data.com Prospector can integrate with the rest of the Salesforce to deliver these efficiencies and productivity.
There are just so many questions that have to be going through our customers' minds. First and foremost, I was really impressed by the company hierarchy and the prospecting insights. What type of Data.com license do you need to access those?
Great question. So Data.com Prospector gives you access to prospecting insights. Data.com Prospector has Corporate Edition and Premium Edition. So if you have Premium Edition, you get access to a larger amount of insights. If you have Corporate Edition, you get a basic level of prospecting insights. With Company Hierarchy is available as an open beta, which means there's no invitation process, there is no application process for our customers. They can simply add the Company Hierarchy standard button to the account page layout and start using it. That feature is available at no additional cost with a premium Prospector license.
Is there any customization that we can do to the way the hierarchy is represented?
Another great question. So that is definitely on our radar. in Winter 16, there are no customizations that can be made to the company hierarchy, but we are looking at extending it so that you can start taking advantage of some specific use cases you may have.
Okay. And one last question on prospecting insights, because I cannot help myself. Are the prospecting insights going to be made available through reports? Can we report on those sorts of things?
Yeah. So prospecting insights consists of firmographic information, and there's some unstructured data like call prep questions, trends, and opportunities. So that data will not be available for reporting because there's not a great use case to report off of that. But the firmographic information is being made available. So as I mentioned earlier, anytime our users import a record from data.com into Salesforce, we are adding additional firmographic attributes. So example would be Fortune 1000 ranking, whether the company's in the S&P index, previous year revenue, revenue growth rate. There are some examples of the types of firmographic data that will be available. We're also making the firmographic data available through our search API, which is available with a Prospector license.